Good morning, everyone. My name is Raghav Jagannathan. Welcome to this ILTA webinar, Launch a Persona-Driven SharePoint Intranet powered by Generative AI. Once again, my name is Raghav Jagannathan. I'm the founder and CEO of KLST. Before we get started with the webinar, we're going to open up a couple of poll questions just to gauge, understand from the audience what sort of concerns, issues that you're currently having with the Intranet and what you're looking for from your next generation modern Intranet or SharePoint Online. Please feel free to respond to this poll as we wait here for a few seconds. While you respond to the poll, I'm just going to quickly introduce KLST. We are KL Software Technologies, or KLST. We've been around for 14 years. We work with around 26 AM law firms, around 16 mid-sized firms, and around 7 general counsels for Fortune 500 companies worldwide. Just in the last 2 years, we built around 22 law firm intranet portals, from AM law firms to mid-sized firms to general counsel websites, site collections on their current corporate intranet. We have a number of key alliances in the industry, including Microsoft as a Microsoft Gold Certified partner, as well as some key partnerships with Mintex, NetDocuments, iManage, and the likes. Through our software subsidiary Cobot, we also go to market with 3 other products that integrates your intranet with NetDocuments or iManage content depending on your DMS, and also provides Generative AI-powered search capabilities with your intranet using a product called Clapper. But today we are going to look at Legal101, our flagship product that helps you launch a persona-driven intranet, mobile-first, fully responsive intranet in SharePoint Online, literally within weeks. Before I show you a demo, I want to quickly share a quick quote from one of our clients, Paskin. Paskin is one of the largest Canadian law firms, and Andrea had some nice things to say about us in terms of how we work with law firms. I also want to share with you one more quote from Kitty, Kathleen Schur, who is the director of KM and McCarter English, which is one more law firm based out of here in New York, New Jersey. And we've been working with them for several years now. So on that note, I'm going to switch over to my demo of Legal101. So Legal101, in a nutshell, basically is a SharePoint application that deploys in your SharePoint tenant. It is not a hosted application, meaning that we do not host any content. We have no access to any of your data. It's effectively a SharePoint app that deploys into your SharePoint app catalog. And customers and your end users, your attorneys, basically access your SharePoint Online right within your tenant. The key components of Legal101 are its effective search. So we believe that any AI-powered or just regular intranet, users should be able to get to your content within 2 clicks or less. So Legal101 builds on that key mantra to basically help end users get to their content, to the person they care about or they want to connect with, or to the client or matter that they want to find, or frankly, get instant answers using the power of Generative AI to some of the questions or information that they're looking for. So I'm going to start with our search interface, where we call it intelligent search or search 2.0, where this search bar can effectively serve you content based on who you are within 2 clicks or less. So the first example I'm going to show you here is a very simple example of a simple search, which is just asking a simple question on the firm's leave policy. What is the firm's PTO policy? So with the ability to serve content using the power of generative AI, your end users can instantly get answers to those questions that could be served up from content that lives inside your HR policies and procedures documents, or it could be, frankly, living within iManage, Net documents, or your DMS, or even in SharePoint. So once again, to repeat, the idea behind search is to get to your content in 2 clicks or less. So using some of these generative AI examples that I'm showing you, and then I'm going to showcase to you some examples of regular search, how your end users can get to your content that quickly. So here's an example of a simple question I asked about the firm's PTO policy, and I instantly get an answer. I'm not getting hyperlinks, I'm just getting an answer. And that's the power of generative AI search. Some other examples I'm going to showcase to you from a search perspective. To do that, I'm going to switch over to a different site, a demo site, that is also powered by Legal101 and also surfaces a generative AI-powered search. I'm going to switch over to this site right here, and I'm going to simply type in the word KLST Master Subcontract Agreement. You can see that there are 2 instant results I get back. The one that comes directly from iManage, where I can simply click on the document and do a preview of the document straight up in iManage. Just by typing those magic words, my search criteria, I was able to instantly find content in my DMS. Don't need to search, no need to browse, no need to kind of go through multiple links. Instant gratification. Or with the power of generative AI search, I'm able to get a quick snippet of, like a preview of the contract agreement, and also a quick citation to that actual agreement itself. Again, the idea behind the search in Legal101 is to instantly serve up answers to users or find that information they're looking for literally within seconds or 2 clicks or less. Let me show you one more example where I can simply type in the doc ID, and just like that, you can see here, I can find the content in that docs or iManage. In this example, it's iManage. I'm instantly finding that iManage document right from within my SharePoint Intranet. And that's the power of Legal101 guided search, instant gratification. Some additional use cases beyond just thinking about or knowing the document titles or the document IDs, which most attorneys do know. Also finding information based on information that lives in your knowledge systems. For example, your DMS has metadata properties. For example, wouldn't it be nice if I can quickly find within a specific matter that I'm working on, who are the signatories on that NDA? Who signed that NDA? When was it signed? So typically in a law firm intranet, for you to get answers to a query like this, you have to go through multiple hoops. With a generative AI-powered search, you can instantly get gratification. You can instantly get answer to the question right from within, in this case, iManage. I'm instantly it instantly serves up an answer for me, telling me exactly who the signatories are for that NDA. So search is at the heart of Legal101. So part of the reason I spent almost the last 10 minutes talking about search is because anything that I'm showing you today is going to be centered around how content can be easily managed and surfaced to your end users through a very powerful search interface, Legal101. A couple of additional examples I want to show you, and that'll be my last 2 examples from a search perspective, is the ability to find time and billing information. Using a very powerful Generative AI-powered search, I can find content from my time and billing database, from my 3 database, or from admin database, or from a combination of multiple sources, because Legal101 has something called a data mapper tool that basically helps you map data from your data warehouse systems, your data lakes, your web services, and connect it seamlessly. So here's a really cool example of a matter that I'm working on right now when I'm one of the timekeepers, and I'm able to ask a question. So typically a traditional search, a law firm traditional search in a law firm intranet would be, you would type the matter number, you would type the matter name, you would type the client name. Whereas in Legal101, with the power of Generative AI, we have the ability to surface actual intelligence. And the fun doesn't stop there. With proactive alerting in Legal101, where the chatbot will jump up and down if there's a specific alert waiting for you. So that's an option you can also have, where using again the power of Generative AI, you can easily deploy a chatbot that is powered by either one of our products, or Clapper, or by Microsoft Copilot, that can serve content to you, that can serve proactive alerts to you. So such an alert, for example, is the timesheets due, or any one of these alerts that you see on the screen. So that's the power of our Generative AI-powered search bar in Legal101. So beyond that, Legal101 also ships with its own mega menu structure. The mega menu structure basically helps you design sophisticated menus. Menus that can simply show you the hierarchy of your practice groups, practice areas, and area specialty practices. Or it can surface apps that basically helps you, are commonly used by attorneys. So mega menu structure that not only helps you navigate your site, but also helps you surface your favorite apps right in a mega menu. And all that at the fingertip of your content managers. So they can add additional apps to the mega menu as needed, so that it can be easily visible to your attorneys. One of the other things we ship in Legal101 is lots and lots of web parts. The Legal101 ships with over 90 web parts. Web parts that are designed for and based on law firm usage. One such web part is a reminders web part. The reminders web part basically is directly connected to our data mapper tool, which I'm going to show you in a second. With the data mapper tool, the Legal101 data mapper tool basically helps you map your data warehouse data. That could be in SQL, that could be in a web API, in a web services, or it could be in a Fabric data lake. And you can simply pick and choose the data components in the schema to a specific web part. In this case, I'll show you through the data mapper tool how, using the data mapper tool, you can map a specific data endpoint and a data schema to a specific web part in Legal101. So here's our data mapper tool. So before I get into our data mapper tool and show you some really cool things around how mapping of data happens between your backend data and our Legal101 web parts, we're going to open up a couple of polls right now, a couple of questions that if you can please answer. This poll will help us understand what drives you, what you're interested in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to continue. You can continue responding to the poll, but I'm going to show you our data mapper tool. So many of our competitors have specific connectors to specific KM applications. With Legal101, we keep it really generic. Using a combination of Generative AI technology and connectors into common applications such as Microsoft SQL, Microsoft Fabric, which is a data lake, and frankly, any web API with a post or get method, Legal101 can basically ingest, read data from that application, or post data to that application. So I'll show you a web part that we ship called a data viewer web part in a second that you can use to basically both do a post and a get, basically read data and write data to your respective KM systems without writing a single line of code. But here's an example of our web part data schema in action, where, for example, the alerts web part, the reminders web part that you saw before, how the data gets surfaced. For example, I have the ability to kind of pick and choose the data schema of the web part and pick and choose the source I want to read the data from. So you can see here I have a SQL database, an Elite 3 SQL database, where I have a bunch of SQL procedures. I can simply select the procedure that I want to add to this and get to my data mapping structure. I'm just going to use any one of them right here. So just like that, I can pick and I can choose which mapping, which column maps to what data endpoint in my data source. And I can do that across SQL, Fabric, and Web API. So once the data is mapped in, from a data mapper tool, almost all the data-driven web parts automatically light up. As I said before, this data could come from practically any source. Could be from a SQL data source, could be from a data lake, could be from a web API. So beyond that, we have a number of different web parts. I probably won't have the time to show you all these different web parts, but I do want to show you, as I said, search is at the heart and center of everything that we do here at Legal101 in our product. So typically people start with search. They are looking for a person. They're looking for an action. Like, for example, if I'm based out of an office in New York or Texas and Austin or whatnot, I might want to ask a question, how do I turn off my office lights, for example? So Legal101 has the ability to serve up those answers to you, as we saw before. But what if you're not, it's not the person you're looking for, or it's not the answer you seek? So we have an extensive firm directory web part that works off both your Active Directory. A lot of our clients are mid-sized law firms. So we have customers who have most of their profile data in their Active Directory in Microsoft Entra. Legal101 ships two types of firm directory web parts. One that binds to your SQL database, and using a data mapper tool, you can map literally any endpoint to any endpoint to make sure that you can ingest the right data from your warehouse, your SQL warehouse. Or you can bind it to an Entra profile endpoint where you can get this data set. So here's a number of different people in our own firm that we use our firm directory for, that you can simply hover over, and you can literally control all the different hoverovers on these components in terms of the type of information you show, including flow number and so on. You can even control the different search criteria, the filter criteria, right off the configuration editor of this web part. And once you click on the person's profile, we also ship a profile page that you can basically customize, configure to your needs. So let me quickly switch over to the content management side of Legal101. So in Legal101, as you saw, that I have a very extensive mega menu that shows how my firm content is being structured. So straight up, I've navigated here to to the New York office page, and Legal101 ships a number of office site templates for your practice, department, and office sites. These templates are basically pre-built, and as part of a consulting service, we also create additional templates for you, and we can also create additional page templates for you. So there are two types of templates in Legal101, a site template and a page template. With site templates, I've switched over to the SharePoint Admin Center. With site templates, you can simply create a site that is exactly following the schema that you want. All your practice sites, all your office sites to follow. So we have customers who create sites for each of their practice groups and offices and so on. We also have customers who create pages for their practice, office, and department sites. So we have a solution for both. So if you're creating hub-spoke sites for your practice pages or practice groups, whatnot, then you simply use our site templates. These site templates, basically, you can simply select the site template, and it takes less than 2 minutes or less to provision a brand new site collection right within your Legal101 SharePoint 10. And once the site collection is provisioned, you have an option to add pages within the site collection. For example, that could be a scenario where, if you see here, I have a practice site collection called IP, and I have many different specialty areas or practice areas, criminal defense, anti-corruption, and so on. To create those pages, we also ship what is called page templates. So all you need to do is click on new, click on page, and as you know, Legal101 is built on top of SharePoint. So there is no need for you to learn a new system to manage content. It's just straight up SharePoint. So when you click on new page, automatically the list of templates pop up that you can pick and choose from. You can pick and choose a practice site template, an office site template. Again, these site templates are out of the box. As I said, we do offer configuration customization services to configure these templates to make it yours. So with the power of site templates and page templates, you can very quickly spin up content in Legal101. So some of the other integrations I want to show you quickly. One of the integrations I want to show you, as I showed you the integration with iManage and NetDocs through our Generative AI-powered search or a regular search, but I just typed in the iManage document ID or the iManage document name, I was able to just instantly find that answer, right? Instant gratification. But sometimes you might have client matter pages, which we ship in Legal101, as well as practice pages, where you want to surface content from your DMS. And we do that through our web parts into those DMS providers right from within SharePoint. So with this approach, you don't have to copy the content from iManage, for example. You can simply drop the iManage integration web part either on a client page or a matter page or on a practice page like this. And the web part has the ability to figure out, based on configurations, what sort of content I should be showing based on the current logged in user. So these web parts not only respect your wall information, your permissions in iManage and NetDocs, but also shows you only the content that you're allowed to see in those systems right here. So there are multiple ways to get to relevant content in Legal101, again, all integrated nicely within the context of your SharePoint Intranet. So I know I'm short of time here to show you a detailed demo of Legal101 because it's a 30-minute webinar. Obviously, if there is a continued interest in some of these features and functions that we have, I'll leave a link behind towards the end of this presentation so you can reach out to us. I want to quickly reflect on our extranet capabilities. Legal101 is an incredible product. It really is. It not only can help you launch a very powerful intranet with a completely automated setup with demo data included. For example, a lot of firms like that it automatically populates demo data for you to build your practice sites, department sites, office sites. So you can just use the demo data to build your own. It's an option we ship. But Legal101 also offers extranet capabilities, the ability to create a client-facing collaboration portal, not just in SharePoint, but also in Teams. So let's look at it. To do this, I'm going to switch over to our to this screen right here, which is going to show you a provisioning toolset that we offer as an add-on to Legal101 that is part of the same ecosystem. And this example, I'm trying to create an extranet that is powered by Legal101 web parts, but it's also automatically syncing data from net documents. The same thing applies to iManage as well. So we have a similar capability for iManage Work Server and iManage Cloud customers as well. So with this provisioning form, you can give this form to end users, your attorneys, your LAA, whoever is requesting as part of the client matter onboarding process, to basically allow them to automatically create a SharePoint external collaboration site, add the web parts automatically, so that it automatically, the web part I showed you before, how it's storing content from iManage and NetDocs, this can automatically add that web part as part of the provisioning process. You can even create sync jobs that helps you synchronize content between iManage, or in this case, NetDocs, even bi-directional. So you can, through your client extranet, you can let your client, you can share content with your client, let them edit it, but potentially the use case require, if it's required, you can go back to net documents and copy the content from your extranet. Or you can do a one direction, just push from net documents to SharePoint. So with this approach, you can not only spin up a template-based extranet site. You can see here, Legal101 site templates are directly available here for you to create site based on that specific site. And once you select the template, once you select your sync job, you now have a very powerful extranet, client extranet, where the content for that is simply the documents for that you want to share in this example, lives in NetDocs, and it seamlessly gets synchronized with your client extranet. But we didn't want to quite stop there. You can also create as an option, for example, if client extranet, a lot of firms are choosing not to create client extranets, they want to create a client-facing team with a shared channel. If that's what you want to do, you can simply not do the SharePoint part. You can simply use our client team option, where you can select a team template, where you can create a team template using our tool set, and it can create a team for you, automatically provision channels, and automatically provision sync jobs. Just like that, I can create a channel sync right there, okay? So basically, Legal101 today is an incredible platform because it gives you, as I said, it gives you the ability to not only create a very modern mobile-first intranet, but it also gives you the ability to create very powerful client extranets that are synchronized, that basically content synchronized from your DMS. Legal101, with its extended add-ons like provisioning toolset, can also give you the ability to create client-facing teams and create shared channels that are automatically synchronized with your content in DMS. We can't wait to show you a more detailed demo of Legal101. I'm going to leave our contact details here on the screen. And at this point, I'm going to just pause to take some questions. We're also going to do a quick poll. We're going to open up a couple of poll questions for you guys to respond. But I do thank you for your time here. We truly appreciate it. You can contact us by email, or you can simply follow our company using that LinkedIn profile page. Thank you, everyone. Well, we're going to check whether there's any questions in our webinar. I know we are right at time. There's one question which is being asked here is, does Legal101 support SharePoint on-prem? The answer is yes. We do support SharePoint 2019. And if you need to, there's a deprecated version. There's less web part supported for SharePoint on-prem. But please reach out to us at contact@klstinc.com, and we can have a further discussion. Thank you so much for your time here. I don't have the time to answer all the questions. We'll send out a post-webinar follow-up by email.